Hi there, Tony Esteves here. I'm the author of Talk to More People, Change Your Life by Meeting People. And I've just got a quick message here about how AI is going to help create human connection. So if you've been on the internet recently, you've likely come across the AI chat bot that became available in November of last year of 2022, and it's called ChatGPT. And if you're like me, you've probably gone to the very simple looking website and checked it out and maybe hesitated at registering because it asks for you to provide an email address as well as your phone number, which for me, when I saw that, I started feeling like alarm bells about security, about my digital security. And then if you're like me, you also might have gotten past that roadblock and decided to sign up because you're so darn curious about what this thing is capable of, which is what I did. I kind of believe our digital security is already far less secure than we think in today's modern world. So I did sign up last week actually and started to play with this technology. And yeah, if you've had a chance to work with it, you've probably also been amazed, as I have been, with the capabilities of this thing, this artificial intelligence, and maybe even a little frightened by it, which has been my experience. I believe this is now going to be, or we're in the process of experiencing the greatest disruption or the greatest evolution of what happens on the internet since either since the birth of the internet itself or since the release of social media many years ago, with what these AI apps are going to do. Specifically, I'm expecting that these apps are going to help polish everything up on the internet, right? So you can take a piece of copy, or you can take a book that you wrote and plug it into this thing and say, hey, clean this up, like catch all the grammatical errors. Or you can actually give it some prompts to write it in a certain voice, like write this more playfully for me, would you? And it will do so very, very convincingly. I was speaking with a couple of university students who I met 2 days ago on the way to the ski hill. And I asked, what's happening at university as a result of this technology? And the fellow who's studying electrical engineering mentioned that what's happening is the teachers are telling us that we have to write our exams in person now. So we can't use the internet to source answers or to write essays or whatever. And I think it's really interesting how this is already becoming quite a disruptor. But interestingly, while it can polish up our written copy and and help plan all kinds of things from events to meetings to you name it, what it's not going to be able to do is to actually help us with our in-person people skills. Like, it's not going to be able to speak for me when I meet a stranger in person in the real world. And I mean, it can teach you how to do that, but you're going to need to practice. You're going to have to practice and take time to do that. But the actual act of connecting with human beings is something that's going to need to be practiced with other human beings. And so I think that as the internet gets this clean up sort of upgrade and made even a little bit like too perfect to be authentic, it's going to push a lot of people into the real world and off of the internet as we become a bit more overwhelmed yet again with being online so much. So I just wanted to offer that piece of encouragement that I believe that AI is eventually going to actually help us build more human connection, because this is a skill set, this being able to meet people and build rapport and connect. This is going to become a more and more valuable skill set as people dive deeper and deeper into the abyss of what the internet now has to offer. So those are my thoughts on how AI is actually going to help build human connection. Furthermore, I'd like to mention a recent podcast I listened to from the Current, CBC's Current, with Dr. Gillian Sandstrom on that episode. And she's speaking with the founder of the Gen Well Project, who's done quite a bit of research on human connection. And I just really want to encourage you to check out that audio. I'll link to it in the description of this video below, because that's given me some real encouragement about what's coming in terms of federal guidelines on creating human connection in Canada. So please do check that out. And yeah, I hope that as the internet evolves, that you keep an open mind and maybe even an open heart to connecting with more people in person in the real world. And because I think that's one of the ways that we're going to help better this life, this planet, is by building that human connection and flexing that muscle. Thanks so much for watching, for listening, for reading, for capturing these thoughts wherever you captured them. This is a real thing I'm sharing. This was not written by an AI. I wish you a fantastic day, and get out there and talk to more people. I'm Tony Esteves. Cheers.